Welcome everyone to our morning treat here, 11 a.m. for the Makos and Matadors. We are at Joe Field in London Park in Palm Beach Gardens. Thank you so much for joining us. First pitch will be in just a few minutes. And right now, it's Matadors warming up for the Makos is on the hill for Verte is receiving him. Hyatt's at first, Patton at second, Romito at short for Chuchi at third. Matadors. And then the Makos. This is their lineup today against the Matadors for the Makos. Starting things off is the center fielder, Justin Mercado. Then it'll be the left fielder, Andy West. The second baseman, Luis Ferreira, will bat third. Damian Hernandez, the first baseman, clean up for the Makos. Then it'll be the right fielder, Trent Duel. He'll bat fifth. Carlos Romeo, the shortstop, will bat sixth. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Afgar, Gandaria, Concepcion, and Perez. So we're in the box right now. Ortiz, Red started. Next pitch. This one is line. One hopper, though, each the glove. Oh, Pat needs to throw to first base. There's down. So Mercado rounds out to second. Then over to the left fielder, and he has on deck is Ferreira. Calls the lineup for Rangos once again. So Mercado rounded out. He was at lanes, batting from the right side, east the right towards space. Ferreira batting third for the Rangos, and it's Hernandez. Dugal, Rio, Apgar, Gandaria, it's delivered straight by Ortiz, Concepcion, and Perez. That I said 10 in the lineup. We've got extra hitters here, not a designated hitter, but an extra hitter in the league. So there'll be 10 most of the time. Sometimes there might be 9 while going on the right side. Like usually 10. And everybody's on time to play here. It's from May 31st to July 16th. It's the regular season and the playoffs. In between an all-star game and a run derby. Been blowing in from the left side and see those flags waving. Also blowing, turning around and going left to right also. Ground ball left side, five for G keeps it in front of him. Throw across the diamond, it's up and hanging on to its Hyatt, but touching the bag before the throw coming in, he is safe at first base. So he'll be at first. See how they score. Herrera step up to the late second baseman. Takes it deep in the box. Right matchup. Side strike. Nothing at one. Number three hitter, Makos. The Makos is St. Thomas University players. A lot of them incoming freshmen. Some will be returning freshmen, sophomores now. That pitch, there's a line drive into left. That'll move Iniguez over to second base. So the Makos have runners at first and second, one out. Then we're to the first baseman, Dean Hernandez. Trip. Matadors have on their red as appropriate. The jerseys here today. Nice swing and a miss. Caps, Makos, Caps, Pants, size Shove had solid socks. Next pitch, breaky ball, chopper, left side, beat up by Bertucci. Throw across the diamond, and that one will be in time. It'll advance the runners, though. He missed coach to third as Guerrero to second. Is rounds out. To third, there's two waves. One in scoring position. One Makos. Trent to stencil to play a right fielder. Colored bat goes after the first pitch. Pop up. That'll go into right center. Called off. Rider is Sanchez. The center fielder takes it. Each stranded here for the Makos. So runs, hit an error, and two left on. Catching the bottom on the first. Scored the fourth yet. Two up for the Matadors with a Pat Pino and Maya. You're listening to Baseball League. Today's sponsor and Palm Beach County Sports Commission attracts events and activities to Palm Beach County to enhance tourism and business, as well as promote sports across the Palm Beach County. Beach County Sports Commission provides venues to Palm Beach County as a top sports destination in the country. Thank you, Palm Beach County Sports Commission. Back to Joe Russo Field at Lilac Park in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. We've got the Makos and the Matadors. Makos coming in freaking two with their South Division. 3 overall. The Matadors 2-3 in the North Division. 3-4 overall. Teams lost last night. Heartbreakers on both sides as the Makos lost 10-5 to the Xtreme. Matadors fell 7. Here it over is playing. Pitched over at Days. Second baseman. That swings, bounce him to the backstop. We're called him one strike. Shields on in the Miami Gardens. Garbage. One of our Matadors on the second baseman, Pat. One strike on him right now. Bugs. Righty lefty matchup. Here comes the pitch. Under the shortstop. Spaceman Jackson Ryan as an extra man. Constantines. And the designated hitter. Ground ball right side. Behind first base, taking on the ball is Hernandez. Hernandez shields and covers the bag. There's one down. As Pat rounds out to first baseman. So the shortstop, Nick Rubino, will step in. So after Stanton, Kurt Stanton as a character, fifth slot for the bat, of course, it's the center fielder, Andre Sanchez. And seventh slot, and of course, it's Zach Macho. And straight first clear runner. Catcher Tyler Duerte is the ninth spot. They're batting 10 out of 5. or tuition. Pitch that ball is crushed, but it goes foul left side. It's on the fence. Two comes for now. Dark skies on the left side. Tonight, we're supposed to have Sunday here today. No, it's the 80s. It's 20. Manhattan. 17, 70 hours. 7 alcohol. Seven degrees. Charts. We're upstairs. Numbers. Raise in. There is some understands. Here it is. Expectation. It's one minutes as the chest supports night sheets. It's on go. Wow. Everything change. Bring up basement jets high. So you never know what'll happen here in South Florida as far as weather. After having sunshine all day and got a pop up your stormy skin crossing in the outfield. Right? It's across and stay behind. Joe, you're so beautiful. Jackson and great adventure. From the stretch, the shields against rivers. As the way. What all the no strikes. But faces connection. Down. Seven and 36 comes out. Power element 88 to 89. Ground ball picked up by a shortstop stepping on short. First three went thrown is in time, and got a whole bunch of RC here. Everybody's coming off the field as far as defense. Looks like that's a double play ball, but now we are trying to figure out if they got a dead ball here and bring everybody back. Looks like left ball for that, of course, side note. So it's passively here to everybody. So we will back after the short leg. See if the double play stays. We have playing in the area. So area spring town place the market rate changes. Things are great town. That's why we're price. There are best side annexation are various staff ensure you get the best out of us so you can enjoy your travels with these. At Spring Hill and Down Place Suites. South Florida Collegiate Baseball League's preferred hotel providers. 0-0 on board. We'll be back right after this short timeout and on quick lightning break.
testing, 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 test, testing, 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 testing.
When they're happiness something standing to it because he tries to look at schemes. I'm Steve. Hey everyone, Lisa Pride here for the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League, and we have been under a lightning delay. 0-0 on the board right now, but good news. The lightning has passed and we will be underway in just a few minutes. Stick with us about 10 minutes. We will come back and catch you all up on what is going on here at Joe Russo Field from Lilac Park in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. But it's Makos against the Matadors. 0-0 ball game, and we are in the bottom of the first with 2 outs. We'll be back shortly. Today's sponsor of the game is the Palm Beach County Sports Commission.
Welcome back to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League. We had some technical difficulties with our mic. Hopefully, they'll hear us a little bit better as we give the play-by-play here for the game between the Makos and the Matadors. Lightning delay also, and a little controversy on the base pass before we went to break here. And thank you so much for sticking around. But Hyatt is safe at first base. Rubino is out at second. Ball hit him as he was running to second base. So there's two outs. So Hyatt safe at first from the fielder's choice. Bring up the extra hitter, Austin Dietz. Righty lefty matchup. We still have Trent Shields, the righty, on the hill for Miami Gardens. Pitch delivered. Breaking ball that just misses away. One ball, no strikes. A little upstairs, too. Wind still kicking, blowing left to right. Still high 80s here at the ballpark. Partly cloudy. Ball hit up in the air to right field. Going for it is the center fielder Mercado. He'll make the grab on the run to his left side, and that'll do it here in the first for the Matadors. So no runs, no hits, no errors, one left on. We'll head to the top of the second, a 0-0 ball game. You're listening to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League. Once again, this game is sponsored by the Palm Beach County Sports Commission at Marriott Spring Hill and Town Place Suites. We know that part of a great vacation is the peace of mind that comes from a great hotel. That's why we're dedicated to provide an experience that stands above the rest, whether it be our comfortable beds, poolside relaxation, or a courteous staff. We ensure you'll get the best out of us so that you can enjoy your travels with ease. Marriott Spring Hill and Town Place Suites, South Florida Collegiate Baseball League's preferred hotel providers. Welcome back. We are in the top of the second, 0-0 on the board. One hit for the Makos. That was in the first off the bat of Herrera. On the hill is Ramziel Ortiz on the hill, remaining even with that long lightning delay. First pitch to the lefty, it's upstairs. One ball, no strikes to Carlos Rubio. Rubio, the shortstop, that's in the sixth slot for the Makos. Let's set the defense, and it's been a while, so we'll catch everyone up, especially if you're just tuning in and we did have the technical difficulties. Ground ball right side, shoots through the infield into right. That's the second hit of the ball game for the Makos. That'll bring up the catcher, Jack Apgar. So Ortiz on the hill for Palm Beach Gardens, Huerte catching, Hyatt at first, Patton at second, Rubino at short for Tucci at third. Kochnova in left, Sanchez in center, and Briner in right. That's for the Matadors, the defense behind Ortiz. Righty-righty matchup inside, 1 ball, no strikes on Apgar. The catcher is a freshman going into St. Thomas University. So the lineup for the Makos, we have Apgar in the 7th slot, swing and a miss, 1-1. On deck, batting 8th is the shortstop, Ruben Gandaria. Batting 9th, the extra hitter, Anthony Concepcion. And batting 10th for the Makos, the designated hitter, Chris Perez. Another swing and a miss, 1-2. Leadoff hitter for the Makos is the center fielder, Justin Morgado. Batting 2nd, the left fielder, Andy Iniguez. The second baseman, Luis Morera, is batting 3rd. Cleaning things up for the Makos is the first baseman, as that misses, 2-2 the count, Damian Hernandez. The right fielder, Trent McDougal, is batting in the 5th slot. Rubio, who's at first, batting 6th. The catcher, Apgar, batting 7th at the plate right now. We're back to the 8, 9, and 10. Gandaria, Concepcion, and Perez. Next pitch, breaking ball, gets some wood on it, pops it up. Calling for it is the shortstop, Rubino. He'll bring it in, and there's one down. 1 on, 1 out for the Makos. That'll bring up the shortstop, Ruben Gandaria, junior from St. Thomas University. First pitch lines it into center. That'll move Rubio rather, to second base. Makos have runners at first and second. The extra hitter, Anthony Concepcion, will step up to the plate. Another righty-righty matchup as the wind continues to blow left to right and in. We feel a nice little breeze here, but it's still, the humidity is high. Ortiz is 0-1 on the season. Here comes the pitch. Breaking ball at the knee, strike. 0-1 on Concepcion. So Ortiz, 0-1 on the season, 2.25 ERA. Started 1 game, with 4 innings, allowed 4 hits, struck out 2, walked 2. Next pitch, missing in the dirt. Ortiz last pitched on June 4th against the Snappers here at home. Pop up right side, that'll go into right. Caught, and the throw to third base. Not in time as the runner advances. So Rubio tests the arm of the right fielder, Briner. Briner with easy catch in right. Retires Concepcion, and that brings up the designated hitter, Chris Perez. 2 down, runners at the corners for the Makos. Makos against the Matadors. The pitch upstairs. Perez has a red bat that matches the Matadors' red jerseys. Yellow batting gloves. Stands deep in the box, likes to put his left foot, his back right on the chalk line. Here comes the pitch, and that's lifted up into right field. Coming in as the wind's blowing in is Briner. He'll make the grab before it hits the grass, and that retires Perez. Leaves 2 on for the Makos. 2 hits, no errors, no runs cross the plate. We head to the bottom of the second. It's still zeros on the board. You're listening to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League. Do not let injuries slow you down. MD now has over 110 locations across the state of Florida and centers in 20 different states. You will get the best care from our award-winning physicians to put you back on your feet, whether it's a fastball to the head or any injury that comes your way. When you need help, you want MD now. MD Now's consistent and fast care. Thank you, MD Now, for taking care of the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League athletes and families. We're in the bottom of the second here from Joe Russo Field at Lilac Park in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. It's gonna be a sunny day eventually. I know it is. But we've got kids at the park here too, playing on the playground. We're peeking in on the game right now. It's Kirk Stensra, the designated hitter at the plate. Swing and a miss. Shields on the mound, setting the defense quickly for Miami Gardens and just catching everybody up again, especially with that long break and everybody probably waking up and, coming on and tuning on in, ball missing low. But Apgar is behind the plate, receiving Shields. Hernandez at first, Morera at second. Line drive into center on the run. He's got a beat on it. It is Mercado, and he'll make the play. So Stensrud is retired as he lines out to center. So Morera is at second. Gandaria is the shortstop. Rubio is at third base. Left to right in the outfield. Iniguez, Mercado, and McDougal. Mercado making that play. Reading it well off the bat. And first pitch here. This one's coming to Mercado, too. He's got a jump on it, runs, loses his cap, makes the grab, and Sanchez is retired, the center fielder. So center fielder to center fielder. Fielder showdown. That'll bring up the left fielder from Lehigh University, Zach Kochnover. Righty-righty matchup. Kochnover digging in. He hasn't had time to get his nice, clean white pants dirty yet. Pitch delivered, strike. Look at steam. Gotta find out how he washes his pants because I definitely don't get my sons as clean as that. Next pitch. That catches the outside edge, 1-1. Or nothing in two. Here comes the pitch. That one's going back and out of play. We've got just enough distance, I think, between us and the playground next to us. It's on the right side of the diamond. No balls, two strikes, where the kids are playing on the slides, the swings, and everything else. But those foul balls, some of them probably come up souvenirs, swing and a miss. That'll be caught, though. A little tipper into the glove of Apgar, the catcher. And 3 up, 3 down here for the Matadors. So a quick bottom of the second. And the first strikeout picked up by Shields here today. So no runs, hits, errors, or anyone left on base. We head to the top of the third here for the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League with the score 0-0. Signs, t-shirts, hats, and more. Del Rey's finest signs and graphics has you covered for your special events. DFS provides the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League with banners, team merchandise, and more for our opening day, All-Star Game, playoffs, and all of our big events. We'll do the same for you. Lola and her team, located in the Park Palm Beach community, will have your design and graphics needs met. For all your design needs, go to dfsgraphics.com. That's DFSGRAPHICS.com. Top of the third here from Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. Back up to the top of the order for the Makos. Justin Mercado will step in. He's 0 for 1 as he grounded out back in the first to the second baseman, Pat. It'll be Mercado, Iniguez, and Morera due up here in the third for the Makos. Ready lefty matchup, first pitch missing upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. Ortiz, his hometown is Kissimmee, Florida. Junior out of the University of Fort Lauderdale. The Eagles, foul tip, 1 ball and 1 strike. Also played college ball at Triton College. With the University of Fort Lauderdale, the Eagles this past year, Ortiz was on the developmental roster. He's looking for another college, though. That's why he's playing in the league right now here in South Florida. That'll miss. 2 balls and a strike. Ortiz has a fastball, sinker, changeup, and slider. Loves his breaking balls. We'll see plenty of them, his sinker and slider. Here comes the pitch, swing and his miss, and as he goes fastball upstairs. Just humming it in there, 2-2 the count. He has the Makos to 3 hits in a couple of innings, no runs yet for the Makos. Next pitch upstairs, that's that slider. Takes something off of it, foul tip into the glove of the catcher. Both teams played games last night, both losses. So somebody's looking for a win here today. Tuesday morning game, first pitch was at 11 a.m. And we had a lightning delay, a long one, ground ball, waiting on it, pounds his fist into his glove, then Patton puts the glove down. So Mercado once again, second time that he's grounded out to second here today. He'll bring up the left fielder, Andy Iniguez. Iniguez, freshman, headed to St. Thomas University. Was aboard on an error by the third baseman back in the first. Pitch inside, strike at the knees. 0-1 on Iniguez. Both teams have a mix of players that are living in all different parts of South Florida, but the Makos have to come pretty far as their team is based down in Miami Gardens. 1 ball, 1 strike here on Iniguez. But I heard some of the players with the Matadors from Miami, they had a good 2-hour drive up to the ballpark this morning. Swing and a miss. You would think early game shouldn't be a lot of traffic, but no, there's plenty of traffic early morning, even with no school and being summer vacation for plenty. 95 and the turnpike, just plenty of traffic all the time and construction to go along with it. Here comes the next pitch. They'll hit the dirt. Just 1 out. Righty-righty matchup. 2-2 the count. Heartbreaking loss last night for the Makos as they lost in extras at 10 innings. Here comes the pitch. It's getting a ride to the left side. Going back on it is Kochnower, and he'll make the grab right by the fence. It's 325 out and left. Iniguez hit some wind out there that kind of helped things as he hit that ball hard right off the jump. Down. That'll bring up the second baseman, Luis Morera. Morera, sophomore at St. Thomas. First hit of the ball game off of Ortiz back in the first. He's 1 for 1. Hernandez is on deck. 2 down. Morera played in the league last year, which delivered, then I'll miss. 1 ball, no strikes. Talked to Tito, the third base coach and head coach here for the Makos, and he talked about Morera, that playing here in the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League, foul tip, coming to the backstop, that playing here last year really helped Morera get ready for the season. He had a player in front of him at St. Thomas University. That player became ineligible, and Morera was able to slip right in and take his spot. So it really helped him. It was beneficial to play in this league last year. Pitch inside, and that'll miss. Two balls, no and one strike rather, with two outs. Herrera from Miami Lakes, Florida, pitch delivered. That'll kick up some dirt by the plate. Lots of dust. It's a dry day here. We did have some rain showers, lightning, but not here at the ballpark. Somewhere in Palm Beach Gardens, it was raining for a few minutes. 3-1 the counts. Herrera takes, and he'll take first base with two down. First walk allowed by Ortiz here today. Bring up the first baseman, Damian Hernandez. Hernandez, a sophomore at Indian River State College. 0 for 1 today as he grounded out to third back in the first. Hernandez from Miami, Florida. Probably took him some time to get up here today. Pitch delivered, strike. 0-1 on the righty. One hit so far here. In a very short season, we started on May 31st. So about 10 days in. Nothing and two on Hernandez as he fouls this ball out of play. 1 on, 2 outs. Makos have 3 hits on the ball game, but no runs. Hard hit right side off the end of the bat. Scooped up by Patton at second. Easy throw to first. He retires Hernandez at first. That'll leave Morera stranded at second. So no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on. We head to the bottom of the third. Still nothing on the board. 0-0. From Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, you're listening to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League. The law offices of Salal, Astarita, Cox offers their clients the best experience in areas of securities enforcement, regulation, arbitration, and litigation. James Sala and his team of expert attorneys provide individualized attention with your white coat grind cases. SAC has law offices available in Boca Raton, as well as New Jersey and New York. Call 561-989-9080 today. Sulla, Austerita, Cox, your go-to representation for white-collar troubles. That's 561-989-9080.
Makos for the Matadors out of Dickinson University. The senior, number 4, Sawyer, senior.
Welcome back. 0-0 is on the board. We're in the bottom of the third rather. First up, that's what I was trying to say. First up here for the Matadors, it's 8, 9, and 10. Coming back, taking the first pitch, and that'll hit the backstop. So nothing in one on Briner. Sawyer Briner is from Alaska. He's come a long way, and this is his second season, second summer here in the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League. Played for the Florida Pokers last year. Next pitch that'll miss 1-1. So it's Briner, Duarte, and Vertucci that are due up here in the third for the Matadors. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I talked to Sawyer before the game. What a conversation to talk to someone coming all the way from Alaska. He plays in North Dakota at, I believe, I have to look it up really quick. He takes this pitch and that'll retire Briner as he goes down on strikes. That'll bring up the catcher, Tyler Duarte. I didn't want to get Sawyer's college wrong, but it's Dixon State University. I wanted to make sure I put the state in there. He's a senior, went into his senior season. They're the Blue Hawks. Also played for Bryant Stratton College, the Bobcats in Cleveland. First pitch, ground ball taken by the first baseman, flipped over to the pitcher who bobbles it. Shields isn't able to grab onto it, and Duarte is safely at first base, so he legs it out. Duarte will have a courtesy runner. That'll bring up Ian Vertucci, the third baseman. There goes the courtesy runner, throw to second base, sliding head first and getting his hand in time, but the ball also deflects off the shortstop's glove. Actually, check that, the second baseman's glove, Barrera. Daniel, Daniel Chun is the courtesy runner. Foul ball off the bat of Bertucci. 1-1 to count. Chun is an interesting story, too. He went to school threatened with 2 down, a runner at third right now. Strike delivered by Shields. Next pitch, swing and a miss, says Shields brings the fastball. Coaching third base for the Matadors is the acting coach, Jacob Josie. Here comes the pitch, that'll miss, low and away. 1 ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Patton. Runner at third base. Here comes the pitch. Swing, foul tip. What remains 1-2. Matadors threatening with a runner at third base. 2 outs. Patton at the plate. Ball and 2 strikes on him. Upstairs, and Shields knows as soon as he releases the ball that's not going where he wants it. 2-2 now is the count. 325 in the corners. 400 straight away to dead center field. Here comes the pitch, and that's slap foul. Patton, he's not liking a lot of these pitches, but he's fouling them off to stay alive, waiting for his first pitch, trying to figure out a way to bring in a runner at third base for the Matadors. 375 in the gaps here, too, at Joe Russo Field. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. That'll do it. It'll leave the runner stranded for the Matadors at third base, and Shields picks up 2 strikeouts, his first 2 of the ball game here in the third. So no runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 left on. We'll head to the fourth. Still a 0-0 ball game from Joe Russo Field in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. You're listening to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League.
Fans, buy, sell, or invest in real estate. Trust Brian Close.
Law offices of Thompson and Thomas will fight for you to get you the compensation you deserve. Vehicle accidents, personal injury, real estate, workers' compensation, and more. Thompson and Thomas have you covered. Thompson and Thomas will fight for you like family, treating your case with the specialized care you'd want for their own. For top level and caring attorneys, Thompson and Thomas has you covered. For a free consultation today, go tntlegal.com. That's tntlegal.com. Welcome back to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League. Thank you all for tuning in. Johanna Shields, Anthony Rubino. Let's see, who else do we have tuning in? Alexander Diaz, Catherine Irizarry. We appreciate everyone tuning in. And go to the live chat. Give us a little chat and we will say your name on the air. So glad to have you all tuning in, everybody that is, and actually making it through our technical difficulties with the audio. We're still trying to make sure you hear us loud and clear and the lightning delay. We are underway though in the top of the fourth, the 0-0 ball game. Makos at the plate. It's the right fielder, Trent McDougal. Due up 5, 6, and 7 for the Makos. McDougal, Rubio, and Apgar. No balls, 2 strikes to the right fielder. Next pitch, that'll miss low, 1-2 the count. Ortiz through 3 innings has allowed 3 hits, no runs, has walked 1, and is still yet to get his first strikeout of the ball game. Ortiz sitting at the belt, kicks, delivers, ball going out of play right side to the playground. Mentioned that earlier in the game, and I'm sure not every ball can reach over there because we do have some nice distance between. But some kids probably find some nice souvenirs every once in a while, like an Easter egg hunt on the playground for the balls coming out of play here at Joe Russo Field. Here's the 1-2 swing and a miss. Ortiz picking up his first strikeout, but the ball drops out of the glove of Apgar. He has to throw down to first base. He will in time, and McDougal will go down swinging. There's 1 away. Bring up the shortstop, Carlos Rubio. Rubio is 1 for 1 today. Base hit to right back in the second. Lefty at the plate, 2-tone bat with a powder blue on the barrel. And it looks like, I want to say he's got like a natural and a black handle though to go on top of it. 0-1 on Rubio. Let's check out some more scores around the league. We've got 3 games that play early here in the morning, and then 4 games that'll be tonight starting at 6 o'clock. Missing low and inside 1-1. The Diamond Ducks are leading Hialeah Gardens, the Lions at home 11-5. They're in the bottom of the seventh. Top of the sixth in West Boca, and the Snappers are up 7-1 over the Iguanas. That's the West Palm Beach Iguanas. So Snappers leading the Iguanas 7-1, and the Diamond Ducks leading the Lions 11-5. 2 balls and a strike. Here comes the pitch. All lifted up, waiting on it is the center fielder, Sanchez. Goes right into his glove and doesn't have to make much of a move at all. Rubio is retired.
13.
Jack Apgar, the catcher, will step up to the plate. He's 0 for 1, popped up to short back in the second. Heading to St. Thomas in the fall. He'll be a freshman there, so he's getting to play with some of his teammates here in the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League. First pitch inside, 1 ball and no strikes. Tonight on tap here in the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League at 6 o'clock. First pitch, it'll be the Coconut Creek Xtreme against the Coconut Creek X against the Palm Beach Xtreme. Yes, the Coconut Creek X team against the Palm Beach Xtreme. Spanish River High School, 2 balls, no strikes. At Little Fenway, it'll be the Boynton Beach Buccaneers against the Delray Beach Lightning. At 6:30 at North Broward Prep, Pompano Beach will take on Fort Lauderdale. That's the Wave against the Lightning. And at 6:30 at West Boca High School, the Boca Raton Blaze will take on the Boca Raton Beach Boys. 3-0 strike delivered. So that's the Boca Raton Blazers against the Boca Raton Beach Boys. 3-1 the count with 2 outs here for the Makos. Apgar at the plate takes another strike. Count full now on the catcher. Infield playing straight away, as is the defense in the outfield. Here comes the pitch. It's coming back into the backstop. Count remains full on Apgar. Wind has not stopped blowing at all the whole game. Really kicking up, blowing left or right now as we watch the flags. The American flag and the Gators flag. Palm Beach Gardens High School baseball team plays here at Joe Russo Field, and they're the Gators. They've got a Gators flag, and now it's whipping around, blowing out. Now's the time to hit the ball into the air, but this pitch will hit the dirt, and Apgar will take first base with 2 down.
Sandaria.
Going to bring up the shortstop, Ruben Gandaria Jr. at St. Thomas University. 1 for 1 today. Base hit up the middle back in the second. Ortiz has now walked 2 on the day, has allowed 3 hits, struck out 1, but has allowed no runs. 1 on with 2 outs for the Makos. All sails upstairs right at the helmet of Gandaria. Next pitch, hard on the ground, right up the middle, but right into the glove of Ortiz. He fields it nicely, and a nice underhand throw over to Hyatt at first. No problem for a pitcher first baseman, and the shortstop is retired. That'll leave 1 stranded Apgar at first base. No runs, no hits, no errors. We head to the bottom half of the 4th. Still a 0-0 ball game. You're listening to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League. This game is sponsored by the Palm Beach County Sports Commission. There's nothing better than leaving the ballpark to get some cold beers, hot chicken wings, and great times with friends and family. The Frick Tavern has been whipping it up for the South Florida community for years now and is the official local restaurant of the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League. You aren't sure what's more impressive, the 110 different beers from around the world or the 20% off that all South Florida Collegiate Baseball League athletes, staff, and families get at the Duck all season long. Located at 5901 North Federal Highway. Come on in for good food and good vibes at the Duck Tavern.
Leading off for the Matadors, the shortstop, number 17, Nick Reno.
Welcome back. We've got a new pitcher on the hill for Miami Gardens. It's the lefty, Nico Rattel. Rattel, he comes in here in fourth after Trent Shields pitched 3 strong innings, allowed no hits, no runs, did not walk a batter, but did hit a batter, and struck out 3. For the Matadors, it's 2, 3, and 4. Rubino at the plate right now, breaking ball, that'll miss. 1 ball and no strikes to Nick Rubino. Rubino, the shortstop, was hit by a pitch. It was at first base, back in the first. Here comes the next pitch. There's a swing and a miss. Fastball delivered by Rattel. 1 ball, 1 strike. Last pitch in a doubleheader against the Snappers last week. Rubino from Wake Forest actually played football there, was a QB, and now he's going to be playing baseball for Wake Forest in the fall. 2 balls and a strike. I asked him if he wanted to, thought about maybe being a two-way player. And he said it's so difficult in the D1 level to play 2 sports. And you can imagine football is so intense. They're playing football right now. There's a curveball that'll miss upstairs as Rubino ducks underneath it. So 3-1. He's played football and baseball his whole prep career. From South Florida, went to Ransom Everglades, but then transferred and played a couple of years up at boarding school in Connecticut. Here comes the pitch, and there's a swing and a miss. Count going full. Rubino graduated and finished up his prep career at Choate Rosemary Hall, Wellingford, Connecticut. They were the Wild Boars. The off pitch, another fastball, swing and a miss. 1 down, that'll bring up Jackson Hyatt. Now, we've got to tell you that when Rattel came in against the Snappers, the first 3 batters that he faced, he struck them out in a row, all swinging. Tito, though, the head coach, is going out to the mound, and he's actually taking a glance over at the bullpen. I'm not sure if anybody's been warming up or not, but he's talking things over with his pitcher right now. The coach, pitcher, catcher, meeting on the mound. Hyatt due up, then Dietz. 3 and 4. Martell in those 2 innings of work in relief get 5 strikeouts. He struck out 4 in a row, as then his next inning, he struck out the first batter that he faced. Got him looking, that was with the Snappers, and then struck out swinging the last batter of the game, and his 5th strikeout in those 2 innings of work. Definitely something that Tito saw in Martell and wanted to communicate to him. So Jackson Hyatt at the plate. First baseman takes the first pitch. It's low and inside, right at the shoelaces of Hyatt. Hyatt, a junior at the University of South Alabama. For the Jaguars there. He is from Florida, though. Next pitch, that'll miss, low and away. 2 balls, no strikes. Graduated from Pensacola Catholic High School. Went to Pensacola State College. And then now at South Alabama. 2 balls and a strike to Hyatt. From Cantonment, Florida. That's north of Pensacola. The tip of the panhandle. Very close to Alabama. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 away, no on. Deets on deck. Lefty-righty matchup. They kick the pitch and a swing and a miss. As Rattel goes outside with the breaking ball.
9,
2 away, both swinging strikeouts. That'll bring up the extra hitter, Austin Deets from Erie Community College. Lefty-lefty matchup isn't going to be easy for Deets. The ball coming inside in his hands and right by his knee from the lefty. Here's the 1-0 pitch as Rattel looks in, takes the signs from Apgar. Here comes the 1-0. Another breaking ball. There's the one right inside on the hands. Swinging a foul tip into the glove of the catcher. 1-1 is the count. He's from Orchard Park, New York. Next pitch low and away, 2-1. This past season with Erie Community College, the Cats in 34 games, 21 hits, 18 ribbies, 273 average. Next pitch, and that'll miss low. Going outside too as it slides across the plate on Deets. 3-1 the count. Deets a criminal justice major. The fun fact is he's ambidextrous. You've got to ask him to see if he can throw with both arms. Batting from the left side here. Here comes the 3-1. And that'll miss. And the ball will pop out of the glove of the catcher too. So Deets running down to first base. First walk allowed by any pitcher of Miami Gardens. Designated hitter Kurt Stenstrad will step up to the plate. Lined out back in the second to center. Chattahoochee Valley Community College is where Stenstrad plays. First pitch inside on the righty. That'll miss low. 1 ball, no strikes. A lot of the players coming out of JUCO, they're in their junior year looking for a team. Here comes the 1-1. That's a strike that freezes Stensrud. 1-2 the count. Martell leans down, takes the signs, brings his glove up to his chin, checks the runner at first, couple of times, then delivers. Swing and a miss. Foul tip into the glove, caught by Apgar, and Stensrud will go down swinging. So just with the one walk in between, Martell has struck out 3 batters here in the 4th. Nothing across. We head to the top of the 5th. Still zeros on the board. A scoreless game. You're listening to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League.
Hey, fans.
Homeowners of South Florida, 5 boroughs of New York, and New Jersey. We have the stop shop for all of your home remodeling needs with GMNO Construction. GMNO specializes in kitchens, bathrooms, complete remodels, and now home construction. Call 973-315-7411 for a free quote today. GMNO Construction, our partner, the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League. That's 973-315-7411.
Concepcion.
Welcome back. You're listening to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League here on YouTube. We're live, and today's sponsor is the Palm Beach County Sports Commission. So thank you, Palm Beach County Sports Commission, for sponsoring our game of the day here on the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League YouTube channel. You're listening live, and for the Makos, it's 9-10-1. And a new pitcher on the hill for the Palm Beach Gardens Matadors. It's Tom Maxwell Brady. First pitch. Concepcion takes a look. It's strike, 0-1 on the extra hitter. Perez on deck. Mercado due up. He's in the hole for the Makos. Slap foul, 0-2 on Concepcion. Next pitch hit hard on the ground. Charging in is Rubino, and in the air, nice throw over to first base, off balance throw. We can see that he is definitely an athlete, whether it's on the gridiron or the diamond here at the ballpark. Concepcion is retired as he grounds out to the shortstop. It'll bring up designated hitter Chris Perez. Bright yellow gloves. He's got a green handle on his black bat. Pitch delivered, inside strike right at the letters. Perez crowding the plate. He wanted to get that call, but he's not getting that inside corner. No balls and a strike to the lefty at the plate. Righty lefty matchup hit hard on the ground, but that'll roll foul right side. 0-2 on Perez. Maxwell, his hometown is Miami, Florida. Out of Bard College, sophomore. Pitch going around Perez. 1-2 strikes on the designated hitter. That'll get away from the catcher. Duarte, too, hit the backstop. Bard College is out of Hudson, New York. They're the Raptors there. Pitch upstairs. That'll go foul, out of play. Maxwell playing at home during the summer, though. 1-2 strikes on Perez as played high school ball for Ransom Everglades. Next pitch, another pop up. His senior year, 1.58 ERA for the Raiders in high school, 50 strikeouts in 31 innings. He was all conference first team, Miami Herald all date honorable mention. His freshman year, this year at Bard, didn't pick up a win, but pitched in 7 games, started 1, 7 1/3 innings pitched, ground ball. That'll sneak through the infield up the middle. 8 strikeouts in those 7 1/3 innings at Bard for Maxwell. So with 1 out, Ferris gets a base hit. And that'll bring up the leadoff hitter for the Makos, Justin Mercado. Mercado, the center fielder, has grounded out twice to second base. Righty-lefty matchup from the stretch. Maxwell looks over his shoulder at the runner at first, then delivers. He'll miss low. 1 and no strikes to the center fielder. Next pitch. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Bard College, where Maxwell pitches. D3 school in the Liberty League with Vassar RIT. Next pitch, strike, 1-2. Here comes the 1-2. That's inside, and Mercado to hop out of the way. 2-2 is the count. Mercado batting .250 this season. 2 hits, 3 runs batted in. Here comes the next pitch, and that's inside. Mercado, if nothing at all, you can call him dramatic at the plate. That pitch coming inside, but not clearly going to hit him at all, but still making it look like it might. He's got the count full on him. Leadoff hitter for the Makos, slightly open stance. Here comes the pitch. It's a swing and a miss. Breaking ball delivered by Maxwell. Goes right after Mercado. Mercado goes down swinging. That'll bring up the left fielder, Enriquez. Neguis is hitless today. He made it to first back in the first on an error by the third baseman Vertucci, and he flied out to left back in the third. One on, two down for the Makos. No score on the board for anyone yet, but this ball is going into the gap into left center. That's a base hit, moving Perez over to second base with two outs, and that'll bring up the second baseman, Luis Morera.
Second base. Luis.
Morera 1-for-1 today with a walk. Morera batting .357 this season, 4 hits in 13 chances. Pitch delivered, that'll miss. 1 ball, no strikes to the righty. He's driven in 1 this season. Next pitch at the knee, strike. We're the number 3 hitter for the Makos, and this one's whizzing inside. 2-1 the count. Next pitch, that'll miss upstairs. 3-1 to Morera. He's already walked once today. He's been on base twice. You're at second, 2 down. Here comes the 3-1, and that'll go outside. So Morera will be on base for the 3rd time today, 2nd time walking. Bases loaded for Damian Hernandez, the first baseman out of Indian River State College. A little meeting on the mound. Conference for pitcher, catcher, coach, and now some of the infield coming in too. Bases are loaded, nowhere to put Hernandez. He's hitless today, 2 ground outs. Makos lost in 10 yesterday, 5-4. 6 hits for the Makos, 4 runs, 2 errors. Hernandez was hitless also yesterday. He's looking for a hit today as this ball is going upstairs, gets away from the catcher, and actually hits Hernandez. So that'll walk in a run, and now the Makos take over the lead. So Hernandez is hit by a pitch. Perez scores, and everybody advances 1 base. That'll bring up the right fielder, Trent McDougal. He's 0 for 2 today, popped up and struck out. Righty-righty matchup. Maxwell delivers, swing and a miss. So Hernandez wasn't able to get a hit, but he was hit by a pitch that allowed the first run of the ball game here to score, and the Makos lead 1-0. 1-1 the count as Maxwell delivers the next pitch. McDougal out of Eastern University. They take the pitch, breaking ball upstairs, strike right at the letters. 1-2 the count. Getting away from the catcher, here comes the runner, and everybody advances. Wild pitch by Maxwell, and Iniguez easily scores. Morero to third, Hernandez to second. There's an open spot at first for McDougal right now. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the right fielder. McDougal was 0 for 1 yesterday. Pitch upstairs, swing and a miss. That'll do it as McDougal goes down swinging, but 2 runs cross the plate for the Makos, and they take the lead as we go to the bottom of the fifth, the home half of the fifth, due up for the Matadors. It'll be Sanchez, Kochnover, and Briner. That's 6, 7, and 8 for the Matadors. You're listening to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League.
Christmas championship invitation on it. I know it's a BGCCI.
Athletes, are you looking to take your game to the next level? Barber's Arm Farm has the tools to give specialized training. Professional athletes all the way down to the little leaguers. Professional and Olympic athletes train with Mike Barwis and his staff because they know that they will receive the most advanced, scientifically based, holistic, and cutting edge athletic training. Here to achieve the uncommon, go to barwis.com to book a tour and check out the training programs they offer. That's BARWIS.com. And we're back, bottom of 5, 2-0. The Makos lead. 6, 7, and 8. Alejandro Sanchez at the plate right now. 1 ball and no strikes with Nico Rattel back on the mound for Miami Gardens. One and one the count to Sanchez. Foul ball out of play. 1-2 the count. We've got a defensive replacement in left field. Number 34, Pablo Costales. So Costales in for Iniguez. We mentioned how many of the players from Miami Gardens play for St. Thomas University. Swing and a miss. The ball gets by the catcher. Off to first base is Sanchez. No throw to first. So that'll go down as a strikeout, but still, Sanchez will be safe at first.
So left field, 12 seconds. Over.
That'll bring up the left fielder, Zach Kochnover. Nover is 0 for 1 today, struck out. So we're talking about Costellas. He's from Spain. He's actually a freshman going into his freshman year at St. Thomas University. So getting to know a lot of his teammates right here this league as he is coming, his hometown is in Spain. Swing and a miss. No balls and a strike to Kochnover. Runner going down to second, the throw. Tag not in time as Sanchez picks up the stolen bag here in the fifth. Matadors putting themselves in scoring position. They're down by 2 as the Makos scored 2 in the top half of this inning. 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors. 2 left on. So we're going to miss. Fastball upstairs. Tell takes a glance at the runner. There he goes to third. The throw down to third base, and it won't be in time. Swing and a miss, and another strikeout for Rattel, but Sanchez just 90 feet away of scoring, being the first run on the board for the Matadors. Back-to-back stolen bases. He struck out, but ball got by the catcher Apgar, so Sanchez made it to first safely. And then he's stolen 2 bags. He's at third base. Sawyer Briner at the plate. Struck out looking back in the third, the ball coming back on the screen. So nothing in 1 on Briner. Briner, we talked about that he's from Alaska. I asked, how did you get involved in baseball, growing up in Alaska? It's so far away from any big league team, really, to watch. And ball inside low, 1-1. He said because his dad loved baseball. So his dad, I don't know if he started the program, but he definitely was a big part of the program at his high school. His dad moved from California, and I believe the Washington area possibly too, swing and a miss for fishing in Alaska. It's not the kind of fishing for the faint of heart either. It's not like here in Florida when you go out fishing on your day off. Sometimes that can be scary too. Here comes the 1-2. It's upstairs. Boy, that popped the glove of Apgar. 2 balls and 2 strikes. But Sawyer talked about that his dad would be gone for, a month to 2 months at a time, fishing for salmon. And he said that when he was 11 years old, that was the first time that he went out with his dad fishing. And I mentioned it, and he talks about how it's very dangerous type of fishing. He said mostly as that ball misses upstairs because of the mechanics of it all. You got to be really careful of all the equipment. Watch out for the hooks, everything. There is a TV show, I forget what, Deadliest Catch or something that, the guys are fishing out off of Alaska. He said they're fishing though for crab, which is still very similar, but this ball missed inside. Still definitely very deadly and dangerous. So with 1 out, Reiner will take the free pass to first base. Runners at the corners now for the Matadors. Sanchez stole a couple of bags, and he's at third. And Briner at first. He worked the count on Rattel. Rattel strikes out a lot, or he doesn't strike out a lot, but strikes out a lot of batters. And he's also gotten in trouble with the walks. He's given up 2 walks. Sanchez really struck out, but ball got by the catcher, and he was safe at first base. Runner going down to second, throw down to second. Sawyer is speedy, but they will make the throw and the tag before Sawyer makes it to second base. I'm hoping that Sanchez, maybe with the throw, if it went back and forth enough, that he would actually score, but he's staying at third base. So 2 down, Duarte at the plate. Lefty-lefty matchup. Rattel, breaking ball. Across the plate for the strike. Boy, that started up in the strike zone, in the zone, and then right when Apgar went to catch it, it dropped so much, it nearly hit the dirt. Big breaking ball delivered by Rattel. Runner at third base with 2 outs. Here comes the next pitch, swing and a miss. Rattel goes fastball inside. 0-2 on Duarte. Bertucci is on deck, the number 10 hitter for the Matadors. Here comes the 0-2, and that'll miss away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Duarte shakes his head. I think he's like, all right, well, if that's a ball, why wasn't the other one a ball? That came in a little straighter, a little lower. Runner at third, 2-0 lead for the Makos. Here comes the 1-2, a slap up the middle, and a high chopper bounces over the head of Rattel, and the throw to first base sails away. That'll play to run, and the Matadors get on the board as the ball goes over into foul territory and allows Duarte to take second base. So Sanchez scores. That was a trouble infield hit as the ball bounced over, a high bouncer over until he was backed up by the shortstop. Not a good throw over to first base as it sailed over Hernandez's head. And Duarte's at second base. Matadors down by 1. Makos still have the 2-1 lead. Ian Vertucci at the plate. Lefty-righty matchup. He'll start off with the breaking ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Doesn't get the call from the home plate umpire. 2 umpires here for the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League games. 1 behind the plate. 1 trying to cover as much territory as they can out in the field. Runner in scoring position here for the Matadors with 2 outs, swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rattel has 5 strikeouts and is 1 2/3 innings worked here today. 1 scored, that 1 strikeout. Sanchez, who reached first base, he was able to score. Bertucci steps in. Got the Bolt batting gloves. The powder blue goes after that pitch and hits it into the screen behind home plate. Black sleeve on his right arm. Pinwheels his bat, and he's ready to go in the box. Deep in the box here on Rattel. From the stretch, the kick. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. So Vertucci goes down swinging. That'll end it. Leave Duarte stranded at second, but the Matadors pick up their first run of the ball game. 1 run and 1 left on. We head to the top of the 6th here with the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League. The South Florida Collegiate Baseball League and our family. Welcome back. We are in the top of the sixth. Due up for the Makos, who have the 2-1 lead. 6, 7, and 8. Rubio, Apgar, and Gandaria. Carlos Rubio, the shortstop, 1 for 2 today. Singled to the right side and then flied out to center. Righty-lefty matchup. Maxwell remains on the hill. First pitch, that'll miss low. 1 ball, no strikes. Here comes the next pitch. Strike at the belt, 1-1. Maxwell on his second inning of work goes inside low. 2 balls and a strike here to Rubio. Some dark clouds that just keep creeping in on us. Here comes the 2-1. Slapper up the middle, past the pitcher, fielded by the second baseman. He loses his cap and loses his balance as after the off balance throw over to first, he dives head first into the grass. So the momentum just carrying Patton. But he does his job as Rubio is retired as he grounds out. Play by the second baseman. Not an easy one. That was a slow grounder. A couple of weird hops, and he was able to glove it, throw sidearm in front of his body as his body was taking him forward. And after the throw, he landed head first like a Superman slide into the grass. But still, nice throw to first base. So great job by Pat. Apgar at the plate, the catcher. 0 for 1 today as he popped up and walked. Here comes the 1-0, hit hard on the ground, but over by his third base coach. That's Tito, the head coach here for the Makos, assistant coach for St. Thomas University. Here comes the 1-0, pop up, right side. Going back is Patton. Calling him off is Griner. He'll make the grab. Patton, he had it the whole way, watched it, lost his cap, but definitely a much better Letting Griner, who had a great jump and had to look all the way. So Apgar's retired as he pops up to right. In short right field, Griner so speedy too out there. He's been used a lot in his college career as a courtesy runner. Pinch runner. Picks up a lot of stolen bases. Tried to get one here in today's game, wasn't able to. 2 down, that'll bring up the shortstop, Ruben Gandaria. Gandaria takes first pitch, strike. Another St. Thomas University player here for the Makos. The 0-1, breaking ball inside. 1-1 the count. We talked to Tito before the game, the head coach of the Makos, and boy, they've got a long week ahead of them. 9 games in 6 days. Here comes the 1-1, swing and a miss. They get 1 and 2. With those 9 games in 6 days, there's also a pro day this Sunday. So a couple of players from each team will go to the pro day in Boynton Beach. So he's got to make sure to rest the 2 positional players that will be going to the pro day. Pro day is when there'll be scouts and coaches taking a peek at the players here from around the league. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the shortstop for the Makos. The Makos played 2 doubleheaders last week, and they've got 2 more this week. I don't know if they're the fan of the doubleheaders or not, but they are playing them. Broken bat, ground ball to the second baseman who bobbled it and quickly, just in time, after making such great plays, Patton, he's laughing it off too, but it's like a hot potato out there for him to field that ball, and he made the quick throw to first base just in time to get the shortstop for the Makos. Crazy play. A 3 up, 3 down, nothing across. as we head to the home half of the sixth. You're listening to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League with the Makos leading 2-1 over the Matadors. Your baseball gear through the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League Mizuno storefront, located at the homepage of the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League website. You can find Mizuno wooden bats, gloves, pine gloves, and catcher's gear at a discount rate. Mizuno has the best baseball equipment in the game. Make sure you take advantage of the special offer. Welcome back. We're in the top of the sixth. The Matadors down by one. 2-1 ball game in favor of the visiting Makos. Nico Rattel, the lefty, will stay in for his third inning of work. Back up to the top of the order for the Matadors. It's Patton, Rubino, and Hyatt all due up here in the sixth. Lefty-lefty matchup. Patton going after the high cheese, swing and a miss. Patton, some great plays defensively, and then he's got to turn it around and step up to the plate. The last ball that came at him, there was a broken bat, ground ball. He's playing hot potato with that ball upstairs, missing 1-1. And he even had a chuckle himself as he just couldn't handle that ball right away. But, everyone, you can just take that. And everyone can laugh and be at ease because he was able to make the play, though, over. It was a 1-2-3 inning for the Makos with Patton's great defense. He'll pop it up, though, to the left side. Stellis out there and left, and he makes the play. So Patton is retired as he pops out. Bring up the shortstop. Rubino. Rubino was hit by a pitch, aboard in the first, and struck out in the fourth. We talked about Rubino. This is his year. He is going to move from football to baseball for Wake Forest. New coaching staff for Wake Forest football, and it looked like Nick was going to have a shot. He said he's a quarterback and loves to play baseball too. Went over to the baseball side, the baseball team. The coaches knew of him from, he went to some of the camps that the coaches knew. And here, Rubino hit a foul ball to the left side, but that caught something as he went down to his knees. We'll walk it off. Nothing in one on Rubino. So, we knew, the baseball coaching staff after going to some camps when he was younger in high school, and then went over and worked out with the baseball team this past spring. And they said, hey, let's give it a shot. So instead of playing football and baseball, or just solely football, Nick is now going to play baseball for Wake Forest. He didn't want to change schools. He likes the school, likes being a Demon Deacon.
Oh,
That's lightning now in the air, in the area, in the area, in the area. So we are going to have to stop the game right now. The clouds are pretty dark on the left side. It's beyond, our field here, but still close enough to bring us to our second lightning delay of the game. So Rubino will be the batter for the Matadors with one out when we return. Right now, the Makos lead 2-1 as we are in the bottom of the sixth with one out. So once again, a lightning delay. We'll probably have to wait 30 minutes at least, but we'll keep you updated. And as for now, please keep checking in. You can check in on our website too. If you're not hearing anything from us, check in on the website, the sfcbl.com. But we're here on YouTube Live, the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League, and we're going to our second lightning delay in Palm Beach Gardens with the Matadors down by one. It's a 2-1 ball game in favor of the Makos.